Time now on World of Sport to look into the world of soccer with Fred Villers.
Well, Liverpool are back in business again. Don't write them off if you're one of their fans in English First Division, because yesterday they showed their championship pedigree, and they certainly came from behind when they held the mighty $1 million Manchester United to a 1-1 draw. That was, of course, in the English First Division, where we now see the two London clubs, Spurs and Arsenal, with 13 points each. And with them is Nottingham Forest, also on 13 points. And local viewers will remember that Alan Davidson from Melbourne, in South Melbourne, will be joining them very, very shortly. Let's have a look at some of the results now from the English First Division. There we are. There was a tremendous score there. 5-5 at Queen's Park Rangers ground. That's at Loftus Road in London. And one of the biggest scores on record for some time. West Ham are still goal shy, and so are Sunderland, Coventry and Forest. Chelsea had a draw at Luton, and Elton John's team, as you can see, are really struggling. They haven't won a game this year in the league. But the good news must surely be for the Gunners. The Arsenal team at Highbury yesterday had a tremendous result there with the England internationals Tony Woodcock and Sanson and Paul Mariner all getting goals. We're going to have a look at some of the highlights of this match, and it comes from our cameras who were at Highbury yesterday, and the BBC's Mark Austin is your commentator, and of course the Gunners are in the red and white shirts.
Charlie Nicholas looked particularly sharp, but in one explosive spell on the half hour, all three showed glimpses of their skill. First, Mariner put Arsenal ahead. Then Woodcock. He must be wondering even now how this effort didn't go in. And a minute later, Nicholas, teasing and tormenting, and only just failing to score. Brilliance from Nicholas, but just before half-time, fullback Kenny Sansom found himself in a similar position. The difference, he scored. For Arsenal captain Graham Rix, the first game at Highbury this season. In the second half, it was he who set up Woodcock for Arsenal's third. In injury time, Woodcock was floored in the area. He himself took the kick, and the final score, Arsenal 4, Stoke 0.
Well, there's only 3 matches to go in the National League, and today I think you'll see South Melbourne beat their Queenslanders at Middle Park, and let's say that they're now more or less champions, I think about time too. After all, it's been 8 years that they've been struggling to win a National League championship, and we'll have a quick look at what's on today. Here we are. Juventus, of course, have to win at Olympic Park against George Cross to stay in the top 5. Footscray should have a home win at last against Adelaide City. Green Gully and Melbourne Croatia is a doubtful one there, could go for a draw, and West Adelaide and Preston, well, I think Preston may have left it just a little bit too late to get into the top 5, but we shall see. And finally, 2 items from the country. Yesterday, congratulations to coach from Morwell Falcons, Jimmy Dunn, on winning the State League Championship for the first time for the Falcons. They've had a rapid rise, and it looks as if they'll be joining the National League next year. Congratulations to this side, and to the coach, and to Don DeFabrizio, the president. And finally, congratulations to the Bendigo club, Colts United. I was there last night to the presentation in Bendigo, and Colts United, with a young man who's coached them and his captain, a fellow by the name of Steve Butler, has done this for the third year in succession. Congratulations to him in particular, because he's unique. He's an all-rounder. He doesn't only play soccer very well, but he also plays footy extremely well too.